Welcome to another live stream watch along reaction. Tonight we are watching and reacting to FC Cincinnati versus Toronto FC, the second of a home and home, of course, right before the CCL final. The first part of a double feature or a quadruple feature if you want to count the reviews of each match. Got a good one tonight, hopefully. And there we go. It will be live. It's on TV. ESPN Plus works again up there. Thank God. Here are your lineups as follows for this match at 6:30 p.m. Central, 7:30 Eastern. For FC Cincinnati, the home side tonight in goal, Roman Celentano. Yes, Alvis Powell, the right back. Center backs, Nick Hagland and Ian Murphy scored a goal last game. Ian Murphy, he did. Right back, Nelson, the center mids, Nwobodo and Junior Moreno. Calvin Harris, the right wing, left wing, Alvaro Barrial and Luciano Acosta, the 10. Brandon Vasquez, the striker, which may make this game harder than we thought. Because he's actually better than Brenner. He is. And then for TFC in goal, Alex Bono, of course. What's up, Elias? What's up, HJU? How we doing? Back to the lineup. Alex Bono in goal. Midfield, back three, Shane O'Neill, Lucas McNaughton, and Caden Chung. Carlos Salcedo's not playing, but I think Wednesday's his recovery day. So I think that's probably why. But maybe this back line is better. The midfield four, Kosi Thompson, Michael Bradley, Ralph Prizo making his first start of the season, and Luca Petrasso. The midfield attacking midfielders, Alejandro Pozuelo, and Jaden Nelson, and Jesus Jimenez at striker. How we doing, y'all? For me, this lineup may actually be better than the weekends. I know it's rotated, but I think we haven't seen Bob Bradley really truly rotate. So I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. Is Io in the squad today? Let me check. I think he is. Yes, he is. He is on the bench. I mean, if you're going to go fully rotate, I would start him. But we'll see how that goes. But for me, Io's in the squad. That's the good news. That's the great news of this matchup. Io played last game, I should say, and tonight he's on the bench. Probably will play again. He'll probably get a shot. Ready to win $40. I'm more ready for the Canelo fight if we're still on for that, but I'll take 40. Like, it can't be that bad. And I'll take $40 if Seattle wins. I mean, that softens the blow a bit, and the fact that compared to everything else, it's not as bad as it would have been. So, when did he last play? Io Akinola last played before last weekend in the Gold Cup against the USA. That's where he tore his ACL in that game against the USA, that last group stage game. Also was live for that one, if y'all remember. Maybe you don't. But he played against the USA, tore his ACL in that match, and then hasn't played until last game since. So, but he's back. It's taken about 9 months. August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. Yeah, about 8-9 months to get back, which is about normal for ACL injuries. It's about normal, I would say. He's not Marcus Stroman, that's for sure. I've never torn my ACL, but I'm sure I'd be back quicker. But I'd probably just follow his I never betted the Canelo fight. It was probably another. Oh, no, Yeezus probably. Oh, wait, Yeezus maybe did. I think that may have been Yeezus, but somebody did the Canelo fight. And here we go. About to start this match. Do you see him making a late push for Qatar? If Jesus Jimenez wasn't so good, and the fact I feel like TFC will get a DP striker in some way, shape, or form, I don't think so. Like, it's good if Io becomes a super sub, but then you're basically, well, if we do get a DP striker, Jesus would go to the wing. So, in the end, he could. but it depends on what TFC does. I would love to see it. I think he still has talent, but he has to get back on the road to his 2020 self. He's been in the squad. He picked Canada, so they know he's there. But I think the thing that hurt him is the fact that he was not part of this qualifying run, and the fact that Ike Ubo is there, and Ike is showing upside. You have Laren, who won the Golden Boot in CONCACAF, and would have won the Golden Boot overall in all qualifying had he scored like 2 more goals, but he didn't. And you have other players. I don't think... I'd love to see Io make it. I just don't see it. I really don't. Unless Jesus Jimenez falls back, they don't get a DP striker and they run with Jesus, and then they have to play Akinola to try to jumpstart things. Would he take that opportunity? Yes, but I just don't see it. It's definitely a painful thing, so I've heard. But any injury is painful. Happy Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. Happy Star Wars Day. Hopefully we're referencing the original trilogy and the prequels. No Disney Star Wars. That sucks. Clone Wars is okay, but anything Disney Star Wars sucks. Toronto shorthanded for tonight's game. Oh, no. Chris Mavinga with a lower body injury. Jonathan Osorio injured in training. And Carlos Salcedo and Achara are out for health and safety protocols. So Salcedo and Achara could have caught COVID. Oh, Maron. Turns out, wow, I was wrong. I know Salcedo rests on Wednesdays, but originals and prequel Supremacy, Mando, and Clone Wars are all right. Agreed there. Yeah. But like Mandalorian and Clone Wars are the things that are the only things besides the originals and prequels that are good. Everything Disney? No. I heard Canada organized a friendly with Iran. Yes, I heard rumblings of that. That's going to be a good one. That's enjoyable. Iran, very good team. They get to play a CONCACAF team before they play the USA. It's with a very similar play style, except the fact our manager doesn't shoot ourselves in the foot. It would be... Speaking of Disney, Star Wars BB-8. But yes, I've heard rumblings of that. It's probably definitely... I think it's happening. Canada needs friendly. I'm pumped for the Kenobi show, though. I don't have Disney Plus, so I have Hulu and ESPN Plus, but I didn't bundle them all together. But with that being said, yeah, that's going to be a good friendly. Can't wait to see that happen. Probably could be the June window, could be September. Either way, probably a definitely enjoyable situation. Be a good match to see. I like Canada's chances there. I do. But it gives them a test against somebody they haven't played yet. If it's September, probably Europe. If it's June, Canada. Why? Because I think Canada wants friendlies in Europe in September. They want a European-based camp. That's what Herdman has said when they had their interviews after the draw. They're going to try to set up a European-based camp in September. June, they have the Nations League, so they have to be over here. So if it's June, be Canada. If it's September, most likely Europe. They're not going to Iran, that is for sure. But they have to be in CONCACAF for June because of the Nations League. You don't want to give that up with all the jet setting and all that. So they'll probably be in Canada for June. But if it's in the fall, it'll be in Europe, probably. That's my best guess. Because having to play Honduras and Curacao in June, you're playing one at home and one away. And I think it's Honduras away, which I think, if I remember correctly, which makes it even worse. It's not completely what you want. Game is going to start in a couple of minutes, but I think it's Curacao and Canada, Honduras and Honduras, I think, if I remember correctly, for June. And then March, of course, Curacao, Honduras, and Canada next March. They don't play CNL games after June until next March because of the World Cup situation. Algeria would be a good game because of the Morocco game. I agree. I think Canada would do good against Algeria. Did you watch the Madrid game? I did not watch either Champions League game, UEFA, this week, tell you the truth. Is Conca Champions today? Yep, it is. We got a double header today. I have to. Starting 11-4-3-3. Okay, Alex Bono in goal. We got Luca Petrasso, Lucas McNaughton, Shane O'Neill, and Caden Chung at the back. Michael Bradley, Ralph Prizo, and Cozy Thompson in the midfield. Jaden Nelson, Alejandro Pozuelo, and Jesus Jimenez as the front three. That's interesting. And then for FC Cincinnati, you have in goal Celentano, back four Nelson, Ian Murphy, Nick Hagland, Alvis Powell, the midfield two, Junior Moreno, and Obina Nwobodo, Alvaro Barrial, Luciano Acosta, and Calvin Harris, the attacking midfield three, and Brendan Vasquez, the striker. I hope all CONCACAF teams go all out in Nations League, even if the group stages are easy. I think Canada would go all out. I think they all will. Mexico, or at least the big three. For that, I think the big three are going all out, even if the group stages are easy, because it also kind of helps them build for the World Cup. Then you have the Costa Rica group. Well, even them, I think they have to. I mean, it was surreal. I heard about the late comeback from Real Madrid. I'm glad. I'm happy Real Madrid made it. Either way, of course, I want Liverpool to win the Champions League, but if it was Madrid, it's kind of like 2018. I'm not really mad about it either way. It'll be a good game. At least it's two teams that I like. And here's the kickoff of this match. Cincinnati in their navy blue, Toronto in their white, and Jesus Jimenez already pressing. This looks so much better than last game. Lucas Spalla is the referee. Fotis Bazakos is the fourth official. Jose De Silva and Tyler Rostek, the ARs. If Liverpool wins FA Cup and Champions League, it's going to be crazy. I think they win the quad. I think they at least win the treble, but I have a feeling they're going to pip the Premier League. I think they win the quad. I'm sure about it. I'd put money on it. FC Cincinnati's key to the match. Start quick and attack. Yeah, it worked for TFC last week, didn't it? Here comes TFC. Jimenez pressing, trying to make some out of nothing. First minute. Not bad. Headed through, and that's going to go out for a goal kick for Celentano. Funnily how they got rid of T-Tone, and they have freaking Kenneth Vermeer on the bench, but it's like, nah, we got Celentano. I don't know why I'm joking about goalkeepers or taking shots at other goalkeepers when ours is completely trash. I don't know. Are you ready for Pumas Seattle game? Yes. Ready as I'll ever be. Shot! Goal! Goal for Cincinnati! And that's Calvin Harris early on. Oh, my word. Oh, we suck. 1-0. Cincinnati. 1 minute, 2 minutes in. Huh. Bono blows it again. Yeah, that's on him. That's on him. Jesus. Nobody's there. Lucas McNaughton gets beat, and then Alex Bono just, yep, that's on him. What up, Rory? What up, Winvo? Oh, God. Why? Yeah, Alex Bono, why? Boom. He just doesn't even try. Calvin Harris with an early goal. One 1-0 Cincinnati. But to be honest, Are you nervous for the second leg or not? Let me deal with this first. My team is actually somehow playing on a Champions League final day because MLS is stupid. Let me deal with this first. And here comes Luciano Acosta. Ralph Prizo making a good tackle. And that's a foul and a yellow card. Oh, boy. I don't know about you, but if it's longer than the rest of this month, I'm going to question everything. Like, you have Ranjit Singh, who actually looked pretty good against Chicago Fire in the preseason, who looked better than Bono, let's be honest. And then you have Westberg. You make the move. I don't care. You make the move. I can't. And Ralph Prizo's already on a yellow card in his first start of the season. Oh, this game's just going from bad to worse, ain't it? Oh, boy. Free kick for Cincinnati. And you thought it was bad on the weekend. Oh, okay. And you thought it was bad on the weekend. At least they pushed. Somehow, Prizo's going to get called for another ticky-tack foul and get sent off by before the end of the half. And we're down a man for the second half, aren't we? Just a guess. Just an absolute guess. VAR for red card. Oh. This reminds me of Noble Okello. They're checking on it. This reminds me of Noble Okello last year against Montreal. Oh, no. Yep, that's red. That is a red. If that's what we're looking at, that's a red. Oh. Yep. Studs up on the knee. Studs up on the knee for Ralph Prizo. Yeah, that's a red. They're going to get him. Studs up on the knee. That's a red. Yep. TFC's down a man. Already being down 1-0. This is not going to go well. Lucas, you dummy. It was Prizo. Unless you're talking about Lucas getting beat before the first goal. VAR check, and it's a red card for yellow card. No yellow, it's a red. And Michael Bradley's trying to fight for Prizo, but Prizo gets sent off on his first start of the season. Yeah, that was a definite red, though. I can't get mad at that. Ralph. Cincinnati's going to do the double over us. And Bob Bradley's mad about it, but that was a clear red. That was clear. I don't know why you're mad about it. I don't know why he's mad about it. That was clear. That was absolutely clear. I don't know why he's mad. 5th minute, Ralph Prizo, red card. It's going to get chippy. Oh, no, we're going to give up like 3 goals at this point. I don't think it gets chippy. We just give up 3 goals. This is some... Jesus. Madon. Well, that's that. I don't think he sucks. That was just stupid. But it's kind of like Noble Okello in the Montreal game last year in Montreal. Except I think Prizo was definitely more of a red card, but same sort of situation. What do you think the score will be for me? For me, 2-1 is the Pumas Seattle final. I agree. 2-1. But 2-1 Pumas. So it'd be 1-2. But Pumas win the match 2-1. 4-3 on aggregate. Juan Dineno brings them up and pushes them through. Crosses into the box. Jimenez doesn't get there. If Jimenez got the touch to that, that may have been a goal down a man. May have been what TFC needed, and that's a throw-in for Cincinnati, but he did not get the touch to that. But Jimenez was right there. But you have to be down a man to do that. This team just makes me wonder. And then we got Vancouver on the weekend. I don't know if that's going to end well. And here we go. Another breakaway for Cincinnati. Acosta! Is that a save by Bono, or did he just get put over the bar? Hello, Samuel. How we doing? 3-2 Pumas. Jesus used to play for Barcelona. Can TFC lose twice to Cincy in a week? Well, I think we're about to. I think we're about to. 67,000 fans at Lumen Field. It's crazy. I could barely get on light rail on my way back to from school today. Sounders fans are everywhere. I heard they're breaking the record, and I'm sure it's crazy up there. And I guess you're not getting your garlic fries. Nelson, you were the one about going on about the garlic fries last week, right? Those sound good, though. I won't lie. Sounds a lot better. If I could find somewhere to Uber Eats those from, I would. It's 0-0 Leafs and Lightning. I hope at least the Leafs are alike. Like last year, Mississippi State and the Leafs somewhat did good not the Leafs, but, at least there were moments. State won the College World Series, and the Leafs, were good for a while when the TFC was absolutely trash. Hurricanes 2, Boston 0. And people said Boston had a chance. It sucks. I wanted Boston in the Eastern Conference Final to, slay the dragon. But then again, I guess the Capitals are going to be the upset. How the hell did Florida lose to the Capitals in Game 1? How the hell? Explain to me how that happened. That shouldn't have happened. President's Trophy curse, I guess. Or Philadelphia is more fraudulent than I thought. Or not Philadelphia. Florida. Why is it Philadelphia? Boston, I just want the Leafs to slay the dragon. McNaughton. If they're going to win the cup, if Pumas win, I'll actually cry, not gonna lie. I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. If TFC won the CCL, I'd cry. Hell, I cry when we lose finals. Either way, we just lost Ranta due to him getting injury in his face. Seriously, even when TFC lose finals, I cry. I either cry tears of joy or cry tears of happiness. Let's be honest. And I'll admit it. I don't care. After 2019 MLS Cup, I cried. After the 2017 MLS Cup, I cried. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We lose, I cry. We win. A final, I should say. A final. Pozuelo. It's either tears of joy or tears of sadness. Pozuelo, they're attacking. Down a man. Petrasso. In through for Pozuelo. Jimenez. Pozuelo. Hand. That's got to be. Ball to hand, maybe? That's out for a corner kick. Yes, corner kick for TFC. Luckily enough, 11th minute. TFC is actually attacking down a man. Why couldn't we do this last week or the last game or do this up a man or with a man? What is wrong with this team? It's are we good or is it Jesus Jimenez being Jesus Jimenez at this point? I'm not completely sure. Header, cross, what the hell? Shot by Nelson, O'Neal, Pozuelo, and they still go. O'Neal, back to Pozuelo. And they still have room, and they get pushed off the ball, but Pozuelo's still there. And that's a foul against. Jesus. Explain to me. All right, no, this referee is a joke. Okay, I get the Prizo red card and that being a foul, but that was shoulder to shoulder. Yeah, this referee loves calling everything, doesn't he? Jesus H. I don't even know who he is. He's new, must be. Oh, Luciano Acosta was holding his bread basket. He acted like he got punched. Oh, it was Jaden Nelson that did it. Oh, okay. Same man, I cried when Pumas lost the semifinal against Atlas. I think I remember watching that semifinal. Was that on Thanksgiving weekend? Or was that on Thanksgiving something? Because I was watching part of that semifinal while I was making one of my best of reels. No joke. I think the second leg. Wasn't that Thanksgiving weekend or something? I could have sworn. I saw that. If you're talking about last year's. What do you think the chances are that FIFA chooses Seattle as a host city for 2026 after today? I think they're very high, about 75, 80%. I'd say about 80%. Even if Seattle loses, they're going to see the fan base and how electric it is. I'd say about 80%. You'd have to be stupid. I know that's giving Seattle too much credit, but yes, okay. Yeah. Petrasso puts through. Bono's so bad he could be a Democrat. He probably, I mean, let's be honest, he probably is, but we're not going to speculate on players' political parties. They're probably all Democrats, let's be honest. We know Michael Bradley is, but that's not what I'm here for. It feels like nobody noticed Veracruz disappeared. I mean, I noticed. I think everybody noticed. It was just that Veracruz were bankrupt. And, I mean, at that point, they really sucked. They were going to get relegated anyway. Kampf almost had another goal and another breakaway. Nice. Ball played forward. Here comes Cozy Thompson. Cozy Thompson cross. Oh, my. Almost shepherded into the net by TFC. Damn it. Cozy almost got it to Jesus, and Jesus almost shepherded it into the net. TFC almost had a goal down a man. That's going to be a goal kick for Celentano off the corner. I mean, what if Haglund would have pulled a reverse or a double agent move? That would have been nice. I'd have been happy about that. Speaking of Haglund, he's on the ball. Are these playoffs? Hockey, the Leafs? Yes. The Leafs? Yes. CCL, technically. This is regular season for TFC. Their 10th match of the season out of 34. Holy shit, we're almost like 1/3 through the season. Jesus. Doesn't feel like it at all. Like last year, we were 2 games into the season at this point? 2 or 3 plus CCL? I know it was different. This started earlier. I feel like Pumas have a good chance to win it, but what about Seattle? You know, I want Pumas to win. I think they have a good chance to win, especially if Dineno is pissed off and still hot like he was in the final game of the Liga MX season. I think he may have used his anger there, which he may not have should have, but maybe he's just hot right now. Header down, clear the damn ball. What are you doing? And you just let it. Nope, free kick, handball. No, it's a goal kick. Okay. I was like, what? I was like, what? 16th minute. But with that being said, Pozuelo plays on through to Bradley. TFC's actually played better down a man than they were equal. I mean, I know it was only 3 minutes. Jaden, what the hell are you doing? He slipped on his ass. Rui Diaz scoring 2 tonight. I would not be shocked about that. I would actually put money on it. I would say Dineno and Rui Diaz both score 2. That's my bet. Like, I should totally start like a prop show or just betting show. I mean, if I say something, it's probably going to end up happening. Very likely you go with what I say, you make money. You don't, you probably lose. That's my guess. If you need a Pumas jersey, I could hook you up. Should have told me that last week. But I'm adult small, so your size is probably bigger than mine. I'm probably just guessing. Problem is, and they're Nike, so I know it's adult small. Ladero versus Talavera WWE special after the final. That was the first leg. That was the first leg, but I'll get back to you if I do. I'll get back to you if I do. I'll just be wearing the Mexico jersey tonight. I'm large, summer medium. Yeah, that's not good. I have to. Yeah, no, I don't need something that reaches to my knees. I don't need something that reaches to my knees. HDMH, but still. Oh, Jaden Nelson, good give and go. Oh boy, come on, you got to get some out of this. Cozy Thompson, Cozy. Oh, Jesus, and he does nothing with it. Crosses in. Oh, that's a handball. Like, I don't know. I think you got to look at that. Hurricanes are furious and fighting every chance due to goalie injury. Sounds like the Hurricanes I know. I'm sure you remember the David Ayers game. I'm not going to scream about it. No. It's past. This team is different. I don't need to scream about David Ayers. I don't need to. That was pre-COVID. That's a different time. I don't need to scream about it. I'm not doing it. No. Plays through. Barrial, 19th minute. Plays through. Ah, crap. Nah, it's a goal kick at least. Too much of a heavy touch, luckily, that bailed out TFC. 20th minute. Down a man, but fighting, and honestly, better than they were with 11. And honestly, they've been close to scoring. Yes, I do, but let's not go there. Okay, we agree. Bygones be bygones. Let's go. Possession. 57% possession, down a man. What the fuck are we doing? Explain to me how that's... I mean, most of the game's been played down a man for TFC, and they have 57% possession. Oh, boy. I mean, they've had chances. They've definitely had chances. It's not like this game has been devoid of them for TFC. They've came very, very close. Either Cincy's just better than us, or this referee absolutely screwed us at this point. Last week, we sucked. Tonight, I think we came to play, and that red card may have helped. Besides that really early goal, but that's more on Alex Bono than anybody else. Leafs back to the power play. Nice. I've never seen what I watched by Toronto, but Cincinnati, honestly, that's got to be way too good. I mean, Cincinnati's playing well. Alvis Powell in through against Lucas McNaughton. Stands up. Obina. Barrial in through. Are they going to allow another? Caden Chung pops it out. I like the way you think. I'm not a big fan of MLS teams, but if any MLS team has to lift that trophy, it should be Toronto. I love the way you think. I love it. Two corners, second corner, or the first corner for Cincinnati, I should say. 2007 revisited. I mean, this team is more talented than that 2007 team. I would say so. I mean, Jesus Jimenez is pretty much even more clinical Danny Dicchio. I mean, I see what you're saying. Yeah, you have a point. Except he's younger, at least. I mean, I get it. Except Jesus Jimenez has scored freaking 7 goals in 9 games. I love Danny Dicchio. He was clinical when he got the chance. He never did that, at least in Toronto. I'm going to say Jesus Jimenez. Just knowing after this stream we're going to CCL final. Yep, we got a double header here. Yes, we do. We do. 4 fouls, goal kick for Alex Bono. But I still have to do Toronto, you know. We have to. Cozy, put the ball forward. Okay, he got through. Nice. Play up. They still have a chance here. Nice. Nelson's looked pretty good. I'm not mad about it. He's made some mistakes, but that is what it is. Pozuelo. Bradley hasn't really made any mistakes. Did you see Russell Wilson's tweet supporting the Sounders? I would think he's a Rapids fan now. He owns part of the Sounders. He's one of the owners that's out for a corner kick. He's a part owner. Him and Sierra are part owners of the Sounders. He's not going to be a Rapids fan. He may play for the Broncos, but he's still a part owner of the Sounders. Probably wishes he was at the match, but there we go. Will Toronto score? I mean, they've been close. They've been close a couple of times. Okay, that's just a foul against McNaughton with a header. But that's a foul against Hagland. Looks like another corner, though. Hagland versus McNaughton. I mean, I'd say McNaughton's better. That's the sad part. Another corner. I think Toronto will end up scoring. I just don't know exactly when. But they've came close. It's not like they've been absolutely out without anything. Petrasso swings it in. Header back. That's going to go out for a Toronto throw. Still their possession. What's up, Robert over 3? How we doing? Who cares if Pumas aren't favorites? It doesn't affect us in any way. Just saying. I respect it. I think Pumas, I think that helps them. I would rather be in their position. I mean, Chivas, let's be honest. Is this a cup game or playoff? Toronto versus Cincinnati is regular season. I just said that. They played the other day. They just played a home and home. That's what they chose. Would you risk it? Light or pretty heavy bet? I wouldn't go pretty heavy. I wouldn't bet the house on it. I wouldn't bet my paycheck on it, but I'd bet at least maybe a third. Like, I trust that they'd score. I didn't say they'd win. They've been close to scoring. I'd put money on it. I mean, I'd take the live odds. That would probably be better if it was me. Plays through. Nice. Cosi! Shot past the post! Just barely. Was it Celentano that pushed it through, or did it just go through on its own? I need to see that again. Celentano got a hand to it. Yeah, I think it was just basically the MLS schedule makers being just so smart and just saying, we're going to have them play a home and home. It's at minus 111. I'd take it. I'd hit that. I would take it. Minus 107 now. Yeah, thanks to Cozy Thompson. Damn near. I'd go for it. I'd hit that line. I'd go for it. Jaden Nelson over the bar. They're just pushing for it. TFC will get another red card. You watch. Now that's when the game's over. I mean, at least nobody's on a yellow, as far as I can tell. Honestly, Toronto are down to 10 men. I'm not sure they could ever score. It's honestly first half, but they've been pressing forward. They actually have more possession somehow. It's like Cincinnati's just hit, and then they're down a man, but Toronto's still got the best. The scale is still tipped their way. It makes absolutely no sense. Luca Petrasso plays forward. Up the pitch, Jaden Nelson gets pushed off the ball by Acosta. Acosta is shithousing, I have to say. I'd get to that. Kicks it away. And Alex Bono just Cobra Kai kicks it. Just jumps in the air. Put him in a body bag. Johnny, put him in a body bag. Looks like a foul on Shane O'Neill. He's down on the ground. I wonder if that's a foul or just an injury. Doubled over. I mean, TFC's got to score at some point. They have to score at some point. Cobra Kai kick. That's funny. O'Neal got kicked in the thigh as he was doubled over. Like, that's an injury, though? Are you kidding me? Oh, Maron. Hopefully it's green going with both teams to score in Pumas versus Seattle. That's a good bet. I would go with that too. I'd hit that too. If it was me, I'd do a live parlay. I would do Toronto to score since he's already scored. So I guess both teams to score. You could also hit that. Acosta hits back. They're going, no shot, side netting, goal kick. Both teams, I guess you could hit both teams to score, but if one team's already scored, I don't think they allow that. I'm not completely sure. But Pumas and Seattle, both teams to score, Toronto to score. I'd love to say it'll be a draw, but that's probably my heart just saying, hey, let's score a goal and just sit the hell back. With the way they're playing, that's wishful thinking. I would not steer you that way. If it was me, I would not steer you that way. That's probably wishful thinking for me. That's probably what F me. That was probably what would screw me over if I was betting a live parlay, would be Toronto to draw. I couldn't help it, though. It's like I actually have faith in this team, but I also don't. Like, I have more faith in them than I did last year. Like, I believe they could do it, but do I really? Like, am I shocked if they don't? No. Honestly, that bet will be more where it came from, just besides be definitely extra time and penalties. I agree. It's probably going all the way. I wouldn't be shocked. Headed on for Pumas in Seattle. Come on, Jesus. He almost got there. McNaughton. Like, I know McNaughton's not bald, but that blonde hair don't help. Oh, my God. The midfield is so soft. That's out for a throw-in for Cincinnati. I feel like Veracruz was the easiest team to win in Liga MX back then. I mean, yeah, they were getting relegated and they went bankrupt. And, yeah, they were pretty much – and then remember the time that I think they basically just stood there while Tigres scored 3 goals? I think that was Veracruz, right? They were protesting and then Tigres just said, screw it, we're going to score 3 goals. And they did nothing. It's like, what, 4 years ago now? It's been a while. It's been a while. It's been a while. I actually kind of thought that was unsportsmanlike. I get why you do it. It helps your goal differential, and if they're going to give you free goals, you honestly take it. But to me, I thought that was pretty... And I think that was in the midst of CCL, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, I think that was in the midst of I think that was in the midst of Toronto Tigres CCL tie. So that probably scared the hell out of me. I was like, oh well, shit. Knowing if Montreal chose to protest and Toronto basically scored 3 free goals, I'd have no problem with it. If they want to embarrass themselves, that's fine. Jack Campbell's in the zone. I'm glad. Because if he wasn't, the Leafs would be in trouble. I mean, I like Eric Shalgren, but the Leafs need goaltending. So, Eric Shalgren, yeah. I don't know. And then you have freaking... What even happened to Mrazek? He got hurt. Yeah, Mrazek got hurt. For better or for worse. Jack Campbell's back to his playoff self last year, and I'm glad. That first game was absolutely electric. That's out for a throw-in for Cincinnati. I got to watch Liga MX playoffs in 2 weeks or next week. Besides today is reclassification, a.k.a. decision day for the playoffs. They were playing on the weekend. They're playing the repechage on the weekend. Pumas versus Cruz Azul. Yeah. I still can't believe America's in the top 4 after all that happened. And Monterrey got their way back up. Liga MX is a volatile league. That's out for a corner kick. Pumas versus Chivas. Yeah, there we go. Yep. Pumas versus Chivas. I was blanking. It was Cruz Azul versus... I got it mixed up. I knew Pumas was playing on Sunday. They're playing the last game because of CCL 4 days later. I may Oh, wait, no, Toronto plays on Sunday. If they weren't, I would cover it. And I'm also probably going to try to cover the Liga MX final at least. At least like I did last year. We'll see. Plays through. Oh, come on. Nice kick by Chung. Petrasso. TFC doesn't look so bad. Necaxa versus Cruz Azul. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was. Cruz Azul should easily get through that. I mean, I know Cruz Azul hasn't been great this year, but I've never really thought of Necaxa as a good team. They're probably different. Like 12 teams in the playoffs is a little bit. You're basically kind of getting there. I know there could be upsets over one leg, but sort of like Toluca León last year, but León wasn't. I can't. Speaking of León, I'm shocked they didn't even make the Liga. I'm shocked. Petrasso making the run, chooses the wrong way against Alvis Powell. That's out for a throw-in for Toronto? Huh? Okay. I still, like, Olan isn't that great. There we go. Yeah. Cruz Azul, Necaxa, Monterrey versus Atletico San Luis, Puebla versus Mazatlán, and Chivas versus Pumas. You know, I'll give you my predictions. Pozuelo shot saved by Celentano. 34th minute. I'm going to say Cruz Azul wins. Monterrey wins. Puebla and Pumas. That's my guess. They go on to the quarterfinals. That's my guess. That's my prediction. All I know is that Chivas or Atlas is in the next CCL and León. Yes. Atlas and León are already there from the Apertura. Of course, the Clausura final decides the next two for next year's CCL. Probably Tigres, I agree. And Pumas, I'd love to see them make that run. I would love to. Jimenez plays through. Jesus Jimenez, shot, saved by Celentano. 35th minute. They're getting close. Cruz Azul, Monterrey, Puebla, and Chivas. So you're just saying Chivas. You're taking that. Okay. But I got Pumas. They're hot right now. And honestly, if they win the CCL final, if they lose, they're probably going to be a bat out of hell for Chivas on the weekend. They win, I don't think they're going to be I don't think they're going to be Jimenez just pushes it forward anyway. I feel like Pumas is coming in tired after this game, possibly. You think Atlas will win Bicampeonato? No, I don't think so. I like Atlas. I just don't see it. I think Tigres is a better team. I think America right now is a better team. Atlas, they had their moment. It's kind of like Cruz Azul. Like Cruz Azul was at their peak in the Clausura last year, and ever since they haven't been the same. Atlas has been better than Cruz Azul was in their first tournament after winning the number 9. But I just don't see. I don't think there is. I think that was the moment for Atlas. I think America is better. I think Tigres is better right now. Cleared by Petrasso. Like, they just have better teams. Pumas, if they get that deep, I'd put money on them. I think they want revenge, too. If they get that deep, they're good. I don't think Atlas... And the Atlas did not have a clear road last round, but they did what they had to do. But I think this time it's a lot harder. Yes, they're in the top 4. Yes, they're already in quarterfinals. I don't think so. Pachuca smoked everyone. Yes, they did. Pachuca's also very good right now. They literally could be next to Pachuca. Yes. America gonna take it. I hope not. I mean, to be honest, I like the way they play right now, except Pumas. I would guess so. Probably. I just got home. I put on the game and TFC is losing already. There's definitely cancer in this team. And people thought Bob Bradley excised it. I'm not completely sure. Yeah, there's something that's still wrong with this team. I just can't put my finger on it. Maybe it's Carlos Salcedo, but he's not playing tonight, so I don't know exactly what it is. Except Pumas Pachuca got smoked this past weekend 2-0. Yep, Juan Dineno. Juan Dineno does the job. seriously, if he doesn't come to Toronto, we made a mistake. You either play Dineno at striker, Jimenez on the wing. Now, that's a DP striker that I would totally go for. That's out for a corner kick for Cincinnati in the 38th minute. But yes. But for me, I really want Dineno in Toronto. If it was me, I would absolutely get in everybody's ear, be like, hey, Juan Dineno, that's the guy. Forget Bellotti. Forget Berardi. Forget Balotelli. Dineno's the guy. Tampa 1-0 lucky bounce. It was bound to happen. It was bound to happen. I think Pumas could pull a win, but definitely will struggle with turf grass, and Sounders aren't doing good in MLS, but they're probably doing the same as Pumas. Yeah, I'd agree. Plays through. That's Liga MX's Benzema. He's proved it throughout the tournament, but I'd say prove it tonight. Completely prove it tonight. And if he could rip up Sounders, I do not give a crap. Sign him. Buy down Salcedo, which you can do in the summer. Get Dineno and let him kill the Sounders again in December or in November. Now that's a win. The whole country of Guatemala are rooting for Alex Roldan. I'd rather play Bono in midfield than Bradley. Read my comment because you skipped it. Do you think North Carolina FC plays their 15-year-old any this season? They probably will. They're more of a developmental club anyway. If San Luis will be there, I'll be shocked. Yeah, they're not winning their tie. I don't think so. Crossed in. Shot saved by Bono. He actually, okay. Kept around, but you don't want Dineno. You want Batokio. No, I want Dineno. I do not need any of these Italians that are being rumored about. I don't want Bellotti. I don't think he's that good. I think Dineno's better. Bellotti will be there for a paycheck. I'd rather have Balotelli, but that's not happening. Then you have Berardi and Destro. No, thank you. I think Dineno's the best striker out of them all, if I'm being honest. And Argentinian ain't that different than Italian because, there's a lot of connection there. So, it works for me. It's going to be a tie 1-1 Pumas in penalties. North Carolina development, I see where you're coming from. Yeah, 40th minute, 1-0. But seriously, Toronto needs... Here's what I want in the summer. Dineno, Insigne obviously comes in. Crescito, and Tony Gallagher from 2020. We need an outside back, or just let Caden Chung play there, and maybe somebody in midfield, and then that'll be a good summer. They're going to do some stuff in the summer. They're going to make some moves besides what we already know. That's all I know. So for me, Toronto has to be watching the CCL. You want the CCL? I probably got to take Pepe as the next coach. I'll be static. Pep Guardiola. Yeah, he'd love to go to New York. I'm going to have a heart attack. Pep in New York? Well, no, actually, he's only good with a blank checkbook. You can't do that in MLS yet. Careful what you wish for. There's no more salary cap in MLS, but Pep comes to New York. So it's Toronto versus New York in the Eastern Conference every year. Klopp, who's Pep? Exactly. Monkey's paw curls. It's Toronto versus New York in the Eastern Conference every year. And Pep doesn't overthink it. Bob Bradley gets owned by Pep Guardiola. Just monkey's paw curls. How do you feel about Chris Mueller going from Hibs to Chicago? I mean, it's probably a good move for him, I would say. He's better in MLS. I think he needed the ego killer. He got pretty egotistical in that last season in Chicago or in Orlando. And I think he needed the ego killer, and he'll probably be back with his head down, do what he has to do. They need wing players in Chicago. It's a good move for everybody, I think. Manchester City versus America in NRG Stadium for a friendly. And I just looked and realized that it's on July 20th. and no TFC game is on the 20th, I can cover it, and I will, because it's America versus Man City, the two teams I can't stand the most. Of course, I'll go for America because of CONCACAF in that situation. But, and as well, at least they're not oil money. They're not backed by oil money. So I'll take America in that situation. I'll actually root for America for once. I know it's the craziest thing you've ever seen. I just want it on camera. Be like, hey, guess what? America versus Man City? Yes. I rooted for America for once. I have a heart. May not be believable, but it's true. Orlando versus Arsenal. That move makes me sad because it's true. But we know who's going to win. Man City probably. Chester City lost today, I saw. Lovely. Beautiful. You love to see it. Orlando versus bin bag Arsenal. I mean, Arsenal's actually getting somewhere right now. But then again, that'd be a good thing to see. I'll take it. Besides, I got to watch it. Man City versus America. With that being said, 44th minute. Here we go. Alvis Powell. Shot. Cross in. Blocked away. Caden Chung with a nice run. Kelsey Thompson gets the block received. Yeah, that's a foul. That's got to be a free kick the other way. Real Madrid is a moneymaker, bro. I love it. Man City choking. New England choking. You know, the only thing about New England is the fact that it just was funny that they did. I have no hate for New England. Not really. Man City, though. Like, it's more like, it's funny because New England basically got all these old players. And Robert Kraft and Jonathan Kraft have focused more on the Revs now. And I'm like, this is what happens when you get rid of Tom Brady and you focus on your football MLS team. You lose. They're not as good as the Patriots. Jaden Nelson plays through to Pozuelo. Pozuelo in through. Jesus Jimenez takes a cross. Bradley. Shot. Past the post. Jesus Jimenez is down. 45th minute. Pan pity. Corner. They're arguing for a penalty, but they're probably not going to get it. 2 minutes of stoppage time. Corner is what they're looking for. They did get a corner at least. Pozuelo is saying Jesus Jimenez is saying he got touched and saying there's a penalty there. They're going to check? Is that what they're doing? Cincinnati's now complaining about it. They're actually going to check for the penalty. Without De Bruyne, City is mid-table. They collapse when he subbed off at 75 minutes. Belgium's the same. No De Bruyne, they're nothing. They are talking to the VAR referee. You got to probably do a preview and prediction video for UCL. Besides, I know you got to win that. I know who you want to win that UCL round. LFC is watching. Well, I may do it. I may do it for all the European finals. Why not? And I'll do streams for them at least. If not RSRs, I really don't think I could do the USL. But if I got enough time to do a double feature again, I'll do it. See how tonight goes, though. Yeah, I mean, Jesus Jimenez did get touched. That's a pen. I'll take a draw at half. Nope, it's a corner. It's a corner. They did enough talk. Cross in. Header. Over. Jesus Jimenez gets to the ball. 47th minute. Jesus still on it. That's out for a throw-in for TFC. Penalty? No. They're going to talk. It is a penalty. What the hell? What? No? I'm confused. That's a throw-in for Petrasso. I'm confused. Petrasso, that's out for a throw-in. I don't know what the hell's going on at this point. Like, that ref is still talking. He made his decision. What? I don't know. It's a throw-in again. I don't know how behind I am. Header down. Header up. Petrasso. That's out. That's halftime. Halftime is 1-0 Cincinnati. Toronto's had their moments. No, that's a throw-in for Cincinnati. Toronto's had their moments. Does anybody remember Morelli on the Liga MX? Yes. And then they got moved to... Now it is halftime. 1-0 at the half for Cincinnati. Toronto's had their moments. They've honestly been the better team, even though they're down a man. But Cincinnati gets an early goal, and they sit on it. See how the second half goes. If Toronto could keep it 1-1 or 1-0 and then get a goal there. Yes. It's the finals in 28, and also that's my birthday. Yes. They're playing tonight against Atlante in the expansion. Yes. But we'll take a short break at the half. We'll talk about the stats. You know how this works. Sit tight. We'll be back. And you know how we do. Sit tight. We'll be back. Top of the stats. You know how we do. The stats, the half. Quick one. Okay. So, of course, 1-0 Cincinnati at the half. 54% possession to to 46% possession. It's starting to flip Cincinnati's way, but Toronto honestly looked better at times. 7 shots to 8, 2 shots on goal to 2, 2 block shots to 4, 233 total passes to 190 total passes, 82.8 or 83% pass accuracy to 77% pass accuracy, 2 corners to 5, 1 cross to 4, 0 offsides to 1, 30 duels 1 to 20, 6 tackles 1 to 6, 2 saves to 1, 7 clearances to 3, 5 fouls to 4, 0 yellow cards to 1, 0 red cards to 1. Toronto's had more shots, and they're tied for shots on goal. And honestly, I think Toronto's had the better half. Even though they're down a man, I think they've had the better half. Cincinnati had a goal that was very scrappy, and Alex Bono made a horrible mistake on it, and he was the one who let it in. And then the red card for Ralph Parisot, kind of similar to the Noble Okello red card against Montreal last year. In Montreal, very similar early on situation, taken on VAR, they call it. But other than that, Toronto's had a better half. They've been the better team. They've put on more chances. They've put on more shots. They've had more corners. They have more possession. They had most of the possession for a while. I guess it just started to tip back over to Cincy. But for me, Toronto, I think they've been the better team. They've put up pressure. They've put forward. They've put the game forward. They do not look bad at all. Like, for a team that's down a man, you certainly couldn't tell. You certainly couldn't tell. I'm mad about it being they're down 1-0, but in the end, they're fighting. You couldn't tell they're down a man. You absolutely can't tell that they're down a man. They look better. They look like the better team. It's the craziest thing you've ever seen. They look like the better team. Honestly, I 100% stand on it. TFC have been the better team through most of the first half. They allowed a really early goal. They had a really early red card. 2nd minute and 6th minute, and nothing else since for Cincinnati. Toronto's held most of the pressure. Pretty good amount of the possession for a team that's down a man. They've put ball forward. They've taken great shots. They've had their moments. Last year, yes. This year, they're questionable, but no. Definitely not. Definitely not. What's up, Red Bull Insider? What's up, Hyde Hagger? How we doing? But TFC, honestly, looks like the better team right now. I know, crazy. They don't look like the team who's down a man. Truthfully. You wish that they could score, but they're getting close. They're knocking at the door. If they keep on going this way, they're at least going to score a goal and maybe draw the match. You want more out of it, but with the situation, you got to accept it the way it is. They're playing well. They're playing way too good for a team that's down a man. I know I've said that multiple times, but I'm just shocked with the way they're playing. It's like they're better down a man than they were even strength. I know it was only 6 minutes, but Cincinnati could have piled it on. They didn't. If Cincinnati piled it on, it'd been one of those nights, but Cincinnati could have easily piled it on, and they didn't. Oh, come on. Let's go back and see if it comes back on. I think we all want Pumas to win tonight. Yes, I do. I certainly do. Oh, look. Even Cincinnati put it over. It's like, yeah, we're playing on CCL final night, but right before. It's a nice appetizer. For me, this is honestly the main event. It's a double main event, technically. But I'll take a Toronto draw and a Seattle loss. And I'll take a Toronto comeback win and a Seattle loss. But I would take a Toronto loss over a Seattle win. I guarantee that. I'll tell you that. If it meant Seattle had to lose the CCL, I would take Toronto losing valiantly. Again. I would make that deal. But yeah, I think we all want Pumas to win tonight. I don't. Who you? Oh wait, are you a fan of Seattle? Or are you a fan of another? Are you a fan of America? Alex Roldan fan. Oh, okay. Oh, yep. Yeah. You're the Alex Roldan stan. Yeah, I remember now. For that being said, Vasilevsky with a ridiculous save. Not shocking. He's getting into a groove, isn't he? I'll do more Leaf stuff soon. Let me get to that dead zone out of the Canadian or the CCL. Oh wait, no, we got Canadian Championship. But I'll try to do more Stanley Cup Leaf stuff. What a not. Maple Leafs, Jays, TFC at the same time. Yes, and I'm not even paying attention to those scores. The Jays are probably getting swept by the Yankees. The Yankees are really good right now. The Leafs not winning right now. Well, Rory's keeping me updated with that score. And TFC, well, they look like the better team, but they're down one. Idale Pumas. Goya Pumas. I tried. I know enough to pick up the fact that they do that. I do not know the lyrics. I do not know the lyrics. Corey Perry 2-0. Son of a bitch. Lumen Field is not La Bombonera. Vamos Pumas. Tenemos que ganar. Hostel final. Vamos Pumas. People are just ready for the CCL final. It's 2-1 Jays right now. Kikuchi's on fire. He's only allowed 2 hits so far. Okay, so you're telling me. You say Kikuchi's the guy that is beating the Yankees out of everybody else we had. Ross Stripling, I had no faith in. Alek Manoah only let up a home run. And then we absolutely fell out with a bullpen and the bad calls. And you say Kikuchi. Like, I want Kikuchi to do good, obvious reasons. But he's actually doing good. Awesome. Awesome. What's up with the Leafs? They were good in game 1, and then they fell apart in game 2, which is honestly par for the course. Of course they would do this. Of course they would do this. I'm not shocked at all. Kikuchi's got through 4 strong innings. Okay. If Mo Salah couldn't get past Nuhu, Dineno ain't getting past him either. If Dineno scores, it's going to be from the right side of the field. I think that's what it was last week, so you're probably right, yeah. But Dineno, he's a little bit more shifty than Salah. Salah's a great player, don't get me wrong, but Dineno's way more shifty. Got to get swifty like Juan Dineno. And yes, that was a Rick and Morty reference. If I disappointed anyone, I did. 5 strong innings now. Nice. If the Jays blow this game, I swear to God. Then again, they did. Maybe they got all their blowing games out last night. Jeez, it was horrible. It's absolutely horrible. Dineno could go Super Saiyan in the final. I mean, he already looks like a Super Saiyan. Let's be honest. Here comes the kickoff for the second half. DeAndre Kerr is on. DeAndre Kerr from Syracuse. Word in Mexican media is Dineno's going to Cruz Azul or America next season. Shit. Shit. Toronto, you better hack that deal. You better swoop them, I swear to God. Bring out your freaking money bags, Bill Manning. I swear. You could pay him more than they did. Buy down Salcedo and bring out your damn money bags, buddy. DeAndre Kerr is on for Jaden Nelson. Barrial just got pulled out of his jock by Caden Chung. Do you think Pumas can win Liga MX? Yes. Barrial just got juked out of his jock by freaking Caden Chung, and now he's down hurt. I know you got embarrassed, but get your ass up. Get your ass up. You got juked out of your jock. You're not hurt. Get up, You're just embarrassed. Get up. Get up, Barrial. You're just embarrassed. Caden Chung takes the ball. It just boom. Yeah, he juked you out of your jock. Why are you down? You're not hurt. You're just embarrassed. Oh, he juked me out of my jock. I'm going to go down and act like I'm hurt. Like, that's believable. What am I? Jock. That's out for a throw-in for Cincinnati. Barrial's back on the pitch. Nestor Cortez looking really shaky for the Yankees right now. It was bound to happen. Small sample size theater never lasts long. Kikuchi allowed 2 hits and struck out 6. Nice. Yes, I do think they can. If I didn't touch on that. Laughed. It's true, though. He got juked out of his jock, and they're going to give it away. Caden Chung. And Barrial doesn't get his revenge. Caden Chung shuts him down. Caden Chung is your daddy. Are you streaming the CCL game? Yes. Alvaro Barrial, Caden Chung is your daddy now. It's a double feature, yes. He juked you out of your jock and he made you not score a goal. He's your daddy now. Which teams are TFC's biggest rivals in the MLS? Montreal and Seattle and Columbus. Nobody really looks at the Trillium Cup anymore as a true... Nobody really looks at the Trillium Cup anymore as a true rivalry now that Montreal's in the MLS. But Montreal, Seattle, Columbus. That's the way I'd really... And then New York. Actually, no, New York, then Columbus. That's your top 4. New York City FC, I should say. Then Columbus. That's the big 4, I'd say, is rivals. Philly, we've handled to a certain extent. Vancouver aren't TFC fans. That's more like one-sided. To me, Vancouver is the redheaded stepchild of Canadian teams, but if people are going to take shots at Vancouver that aren't Canadian, I'll defend Vancouver. Vancouver just one-sided hates us. Like, when it comes to Vancouver as a Toronto rival, that's really just Vancouver. Like, Vancouver sucks. There's a difference. Plays through. Vancouver one-sided hates us. That's what it is. Header on. Crosses down. McNaughton gets it to Bono. There we go. Come on, Seattle. That's a horrible chant. the tale of a wonderful club called Pumas Unam. I know a better chant, though. There's a hole in Quebec that they call Montreal. Go to hell, Montreal, go to hell. I'll take Pumas. Yes, I agree. But when it comes to Vancouver, to them, we're a rival, but to us, yeah, not really. Not really. Like, I don't know. There's nothing that really has made it a true rivalry. They just one-sided hate Toronto. Like, everybody in Canada is like, Toronto's the center of the universe, you know? Especially Vancouver. Like, how am I supposed to take a team seriously as a rival that got butt blasted by 2 CPL teams and has only won 1 Canadian championship and probably never will again? How am I supposed to take that team seriously as a rival? Like, I'll back them up if somebody else in MLS who isn't Canadian makes fun of them, but I'll certainly take my shots at Vancouver too. Funnily enough, we play them on Sunday. We'll see how it goes. Vancouver sees Seattle and Portland as rivals, and Seattle and Portland are just focused on each other. See? Vancouver's rivals are a little brother syndrome. They have little brother syndrome. They look at Toronto and like, you're our rival, but we really don't care. We hate Seattle more than you. Portland, I like. Don't get me wrong. I think most Toronto fans are okay with Portland. I like Portland. But it's like, Vancouver's like, you're not the Toronto's not, you're not the Cascadia club we hate. We hate Seattle. For obvious reasons. And then when it comes to Seattle and Portland, same thing happens. They look at Seattle and Portland as rivals, and Seattle and Portland are like, what's that chirping in the wall? Must be the rat. Must be the rat. Cross in. Plays down. Gonna be cleared. What's up, soccer guy? Portland, Vancouver hates Seattle and Portland. They don't really hate TFC, but like, they don't hate TFC as much as they do Cascadia, but they hate us. What is your Big Four in Liga MX and your favorite team? Big Four, the Grandes, right now, I would say Tigres, Monterrey, America, Pumas. I'd say Pumas is still, Pumas or Chivas, who I'm going to say Pumas for now, I'd say is my favorite team in Liga MX. And if they get this done, they will be for a while. Or they will be officially. But I'd say Chivas is Big Four. Just a bit over Pumas. Then you got Leon and Pumas in like that next tier. Vancouver's like the Buffalo Sabres. Nobody cares about either of them. Exactly. What is the team that most MLS fans hate? LAFC, I would say. Atlanta, those guys. America, Cruz Azul. Cruz Azul's there as well. I forgot. Yeah, Cruz Azul. Yeah, Cruz Azul's better than Chivas. No, my top four is Tigres, America, Monterrey, Cruz Azul. Pumas is my favorite for now, and if they finish this off, they will be my favorite officially. Winvo, don't say that about the Sabres. I'm from Buffalo. Go Sabres. # we suck. I mean, you do suck, but it's true. You said that, soccer guy, not me. 53rd minute. 1-0. TFC going forward. It's a little bit more even now. Leafs score 2-1, yes. What teams in the USA are the worst? What do you mean by that? Like all sports? All sports are just... Nobody is worse than the frickin' Jacksonville Jaguars. Sacramento Kings, Jacksonville Jaguars. MLS-wise, RSL, Cincinnati, Miami, baseball, Kansas City Royals. I mean, they just won a World Series, but then they completely blew it up. The Cincinnati Reds. At least the Cincinnati Bengals went to the Super Bowl. Trust me, it would suck if they didn't. And Jesus Jimenez gets dispossessed. Nice, going forward. I'll say Chivas, America, Cruz Azul, but Leon, not sure why I like them. Bunting, nice. I would pay money to see Pumas and Man United. That would actually be a good match. All sports. I miss the Puerto Rico Islanders. I don't. I think that's the first goal Vasi has given up after losing a game. Yes. So the Leafs still have a chance. You know, when it comes down to it, I do not miss the Puerto Rico Islanders. They have not. Barrial! Penalty! Given away by Caden Chung. That's a penalty for Cincinnati. Barrial. 0 points in these 2 games is a killer. I agree. Everything in Cincinnati is mid since 2019. Baltimore. Fuck you, Baltimore. I don't miss the Puerto Rico Islanders. I remember the time they beat us in the CCL. I don't miss them. I don't miss them. Preliminary round 2008. How's that a penalty? Let me see this again. Is that a true penalty? Oh, he got the top of his foot. That's a pen. That should do it. It's just one of those nights. Penalty, Cincinnati. Brandon Vasquez to take. This is so frustrating for what we can be and where we are. I agree. It's just one of those nights. But Acosta's going to take. Miami's doing all right so far, but I feel still like they need a lot of work. They're at the bottom of the East. What do you mean all right? What do you mean all right? They blew it up and they're at the bottom of the East. That's probably the smart part, though. They needed to blow it up. Baltimore baseball so mid, paint drying is better. I mean, we got the Blue Jays, Rays, Red Sox, and Yankees in the same division. Of course it's mid. Here comes the penalty for Acosta, and Bradley is still chirping at the ref. Get the hell out of there. Just let him take the penalty and score. Jeez. Yeah, I miss it. That was peak Liga MX. It's kind of like how Pompey and Leeds and Birmingham were peak Premier League. I agree. Veracruz, Morelia, and Chiapas and Liga MX was peak Liga MX. I miss them. I agree. It's peak. 56th minute for Luciano Acosta, the penalty to be taken. This should do it. Shot! And Bono gets past. Penalty put past him. That's a goal for Luciano Acosta. In the 56th minute. 2-0. RSL officially re-signed Jefferson Savarino. I saw. The season is gone. Okay, that's a little bit too far. I'd say we still have our heads above water. It's not completely over. It's definitely teetering on that edge. It's not like last year. It's definitely teetering on that edge. They have to be a bit more perfect for the rest of it. Just need 1 goal for Toronto. They're not getting. At this point, I don't know. I may have talked you into a bad bet. Dominique Badji is coming on for Calvin Harris, the goal scorer, the first goal scorer. That also probably was biased, as in that bet. See, here's the thing about my bets, okay? I say they work out just fine as long as they're not Toronto. Good night, good afternoon / night. Good night for you. It's all good. Win some, lose some. It is what it is. They'll never win with Bradley. 3-1 Tampa. If Pumas and Toronto played, who would you pick to win? Toronto. Why are Sounders fans claiming they're such a consistent and good team with their current form in MLS's ass? Because Seattle is more egotistical than I was when Toronto was good. Seattle thinks they're so damn great because they're, I don't know. Did you see the crazy Madrid City game? No, I didn't see the game. I saw the score. I didn't see the game. I at least could watch it on replay, though. Paramount Plus, thank you very much. But I know that Benzema And Rodrigo Obina gets a yellow card. But I heard. Literally too far. I just don't like the Red Sox. Yeah, Sounders fans are like high and mighty, and they haven't had a shit season to humble them. Like, when Toronto got good, I went crazy. And I went egotistical. And I went total troll job. Then we went to shit, and that pretty much humbled me when it came to them. Everything else, no. Seattle Sounders have been a top team since their first season in MLS. They have been, but their form right now in MLS hasn't been great. But you kind of have to sacrifice that form if you go deep in CCL. There's also that. I was just saying that Sounders fans are pretty cross into the box, cleared. They're just pretty loudmouthish. I'm not a big Seattle fan at all, but I hope they win the CCL tonight. There's a lot of MLS fans that are like that, and I don't blame them. But as a Toronto fan, that's not a side I want to see. Speaking of which, could anyone watch US Open Cup? It's on ESPN Plus this season, so yes. And maybe I'll do some US Open Cup games later. Maybe I will. We'll see. That's a foul. That's got to be a foul. What's your prediction for CCL today? 2-1 Pumas. 2-1 Pumas. 4-3 on aggregate. It'll probably go all the way, but I'm not sure. Sounders lost the Soccer Bowl 2-1 versus New York Cosmos and Pele in 1977. Sounders management is smart. TFC management is stupid. TFC only knows how to throw big money at players. And it worked once? Yeah, I think Tim Bez. Like, I feel like there's kind of a controversy here. Listen to me. No, TFC can't get in US Open Cup. No. It's a shame to be late here in the UK. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. I know WWE pay-per-views are on at 1 a.m. over there, so it'll be what? 3 a.m. for the CCL match? So it's what? 2 a.m.? Oh, that sucks. No, Canadian Championship is what Toronto has. I'd love to see them. It's not like the FA Cup, where the Canadian teams, or at least the 3 Canadian MLS teams, can be an Open Cup. It never happened that way. Would it be interesting? Yes. Would it happen? No. I think it'd be very interesting if they just did it like once or twice. It's 2 a.m. here. TFC could have a trophy finally if they were eligible. They have a Canadian they have like 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16, 17, 18. They have 8 Canadian championships. That's pretty good. And they could have 10 by the end of the year. In the 70s and 60s or 80s, the Sounders were very good in NASL, yes. Who has been MLS's most expensive signing ever? I don't think it's Insigne. I think it's what, Thiago Almada? Thiago Almada? The one in Atlanta? Yeah, Thiago Almada. They're Canadian, just not U.S. Only Canadian championship win, though. Which is the easiest, whatever. What do you think about the CPL? I love it. It's a beautiful league. It's a great league. It's building up. It's a very enjoyable league. It's got good football. It's got great teams, or good teams, and it also has some crappy teams. It'll definitely expand. And hopefully Edmonton stays around because Edmonton's got a lot of problems. But CPL is very quality. It's around the quality, at least the great teams are around the quality of El Salvador, Honduras, so on and so forth in CONCACAF. Jordan Peruzza's coming on for Kosi Thompson. Io Akinola. No, Stephen Yates is coming on for Kosi Thompson. Peruzza and Akinola are also coming on. But Stephen Yates has been pretty good for TFC, too. TFC and Montreal are the only ones who win Canadian Championship most of the time. 50-50 toss between which of them goes to CCL next year, I agree. Peruzza for Pozuelo, they're just going all out, aren't they, at this point? 64th minute. Canadian Championship got 3 main and no opposition. CPL prices are outrageous in the GTA. I mean, York could pick whatever they want to sell their games at. And Forge are 2-time champions out of 3. So, of course, their prices are going to be a bit higher, too, as well. They're the teams people want to come to see, and Pacific's probably got good. We got to send TFC, Montreal, and Vancouver Hasses to the CPL, GTFO MLS. If Don Garber could, he probably would do it. Stephen Yates. The 4th CCL for Pumas is coming, hopefully. Honestly, as a Pumas fan, I've not been so hyped about an International Cup final since Pumas played Boca Juniors in Sudamericana in 2005. CCL is awesome. Can Forge win the Canadian Championship? Yes, because all the CPL teams are in it. Forge will be playing Mont Royal Outremont in the first round. If they beat them, they go play Montreal. And then if they beat Montreal, they would play Toronto or the winner of Halifax and Guelph. If the winner of Halifax and Guelph play Toronto, Toronto goes to that game, that they're away. If they win that, they would play Forge or Montreal or Mont Royal Outremont, the Quebec winners. And then the final would probably header away, Barreal, 65th minute. They need to make stadiums bigger in CPL. It'll get there one day. Don't worry. It'll get there one day. How's Calgary doing this season? Still pretty good. Let me check. Calvary FC. They're 7th in the Canadian Premier League. 4 points, but it's only been 4 games, 1 win, 2 losses, 1 draw. So they're not great right now. Pacific has got 10 points. Forge and Calvary are both on 4, but Forge has only played 3 games. They play York this weekend, who's on 5. There's not much separating the top 3 to the number 8. Crosses back, plays in, Vasquez, Baji hits past the post. So Calvary's actually trash, but it's early. It's early. The Pacific away kit is crazy. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Guelph is in the League One Ontario. They're the League One Ontario champions. They also, the League One Ontario, the League One BC, and the Medujinin, Blackett, and Brenner are coming in for Cincinnati, and the PLSQ champions are also in the Canadian Championship. Guelph for the winners of the League One Ontario, which is the 3rd tier of last season's champions. Follow Calgary because of Ali Mousse, who scored the last weekend. Okay. Have you seen our stadium yet? I've not been to Estadio Olimpico Universitario, but it looks like a beautiful stadium from TV. What rating would you give TFC for the incoming players of the winter window? I would say C. The only thing is saving from getting an F is Jesus Jimenez. I would agree 100%. I like Lucas McNaughton, and I like Caden Chung, but I would say Jesus Jimenez is pretty much the only thing saving them from getting the winter window an F. But when it's working, it's working. When it's not, it's not. That's the problem. And that's the problem. But Jesus Jimenez's quality is all hell. If that was it, which is not enough. But UNAM has 340K students. Can't imagine the atmosphere over there. They got a good atmosphere. Would you take joining the CPL if it meant you win the league more and got into the CCL? Well, that means our team would have less stars in it. I think Toronto could easily lead the CPL, but then it means the CCL we don't do as good, depending on how big the CPL gets. I think they're going to give it at least 10, 15 years, but it depends on where it's at. Not now, and definitely I don't think in 15 years. Maybe in 15 years, I'm not sure. Mississauga, Croatia games in Ontario West Division is the best. Beer is free. Sounds nice. Julian de Guzman or Alphonso Davies? I think that answer is obvious. Alphonso Davies. I think that answer is obvious. 69th minute. Guelph sounds like some a FIFA player would call their creative team. There's a city called Guelph in Ontario. Guelph is where a university is. The Guelph Griffins. Look it up. G-U... Barrial, open net, scores 3-0. There you go. And that's the 69th minute. Please tell me at least Pumas win. Goal for Cincy. Ron Anderson answered the question in the last comment. If Forge FC and you literally stay as TFC fan, who do you think got to win Canadian Championship? You need to choose one, TFC or Forge. TFC. TFC. If it's Forge versus TFC, I'll take TFC. No question. That's the only time I'm against Forge, if it's TFC. Where are we? Goal Cincy. As a Pumas fan, I'm nervous for the final. Are you too? I am too. I've seen William Akio vlogs about CPL in South Sudan. Yes. Akio's got a nice YouTube channel. I like it. But yes, I'm nervous for the final too because I need Seattle to lose. Cancel goal. Wait, no. Painful for Toronto fans right now. TFC are officially pathetic. I don't think he's offside. Are you going to watch the World Cup? Yes. Do you know why Toronto can beat Union but not Cincinnati? This team is fooling me. Like, I thought we were real after the Union win and that big undefeated or that unbeaten run for a while. And then now we lose to the worst team in MLS twice. It was a canceled goal, yes. The Alvaro Barrial goal is canceled. Doesn't matter. We're not going to score 2 goals. We're down a man, maybe 1. But it was a canceled goal. Still 2-0. I can't explain it, tell you the truth. TFC, they're questionable right now. You don't know what side you're getting. And there's Luciano Acosta, puts out for a goal kick. Forge could qualify through CONCACAF League, so he has to choose the TFC. No. Forge did not make CONCACAF League this year because it was Pacific who won the CPL. Pacific's in the CONCACAF League this last time. Another breakaway, 3-1 Tampa. He's behind the ball. It's okay. They took it away, though. Still 2-0. Get it. Go. Another breakaway, of course. The thing about Toronto is this team is questionable. They have the talent, and they will be good in the summer, but they had to keep their head above water, and sometimes it looks like they can't do it. It's very questionable at times. It's very, very questionable at times. So 81 would be... Oh, yeah, 830. Is Osorio injured? Yes, he got injured in training. There's a professional Canadian wrestler in Mexico called El Vampiro Canadiense. You should look him up. I've heard about him. I have heard, yes. That's interesting. That's a very good wrestler. Very good. Very good wrestler. Great performer. But if anybody could do lucha, I mean, honestly, they're all great performers. Anybody who's a luchador is a great performer in wrestling. They got to do so much more. Like, it's crazy. Brenner plays it forward, goes down to Acosta, gets cleared. Nice by Yates. Did you watch the movie? Still haven't. Liverpool or Real Madrid? Who you got in the final? I'm a Liverpool fan. Liverpool. I got Liverpool in the final. Are you going to be rooting for Pacific and CONCACAF League? Yes. Yes, I will be. Because I still want the CPL team to make CCL. And I have no problem with Pacific. I like what they're doing. They got a good team. They got a good system. I'd love to see them do good. I'd love to see them do good and qualify for CCL and still have CPL teams just qualify year after year. Because, of course, they had to earn it these 2 times. Then 2024, they get in by winning the league because of the expansion. So that'll be interesting. See what can happen there. And, yes, I want Pacific to make the CCL, so I'm rooting for them. That'll be the team I support for that tournament besides others. Because there'll be others that I want to see do better than others. That I have soft spots for. CPL's only just started. Yep, they have. Their first season was 2019, and then this season they started back in late March. Late March. Who you like to see in the Canadian Prem? Forge. Forge is my team in the Canadian Premier League. But for me, I really have no problem with anybody. I enjoy watching any of the games. It's not like, even York United, I really don't have a problem with. Why does Bradley always start plays from the back? This is TFC's biggest mistake. Bradley kills the game. Yep. And even when he does good, he still kills the game. I think it's time to put him on the bench. But here's the problem. I think Ralph Prizo got railroaded, but who would you like to see join the CPL? Oh, okay. Quebec City. Quebec City for sure. I agree. Michael, yes. Bob, I'm still on his side as a manager. I'm still for Bob. I'm not Bob out yet. But Michael, yes, he is. But back to that, Quebec City in the CPL, they should have a team in Quebec. Edmonton? Oh, Edmonton has a team. FC Edmonton. What was I doing? I mean, I want Edmonton to stay, so that counts. Calgary as a team. Edmonton as a team. One positive so far is St. Louis more than likely won't be taking a player from our team in this year's entry draft. Never been to Forge Stadium, but I'd love to, and I think it's a cute stadium. Or good-looking stadium. Apparently, there's going to be a new Vancouver team. Yes, they will be, I think, next year. By the same people who own Pacific, by the way. Weird, I know. Durham region and CPL. I'd love to see Durham and CPL as well. I think the greater Toronto area could have multiple teams. Durham, for sure, with the way the league is. Durham. I could see Vaughan. Vaughan is York, kind of, but... Brenner! Saved by Bono. Bring the Toronto U-League team. The U of T Varsity Blues. Yeah, I could see it. If Bradley plays on the field and Daddy Bradley coaches it and Grandpa Bradley be the general manager. I don't know if Grandpa Bradley is still alive. Why don't they just give him the Vancouver Whitecaps? See, that would be easier, but then you're giving a team who will probably lose every week. Because from what we've seen, every time they play a CPL team, they get embarrassed. Why would you want to do that? I mean, you already got Edmonton. What CPL team do you see qualifying for CCL? Well, this year it only can beat Pacific, and they have to win 3 rounds. The preliminary round, Kobe Franklin is on for Caden Chung. They'd have to win the preliminary round, round of 16, and the quarterfinals. They have to win 3 rounds of CL to get there. Well, that's their Canadian problem. Well, yeah, good point. But this year is only Pacific. Now, if you're talking about 2024, I'd say Forge. Forge. I think the second place team gets in too. But Forge, for sure. I believe in them. Saskatoon team. Why would you want a team in Saskatoon? I mean, I guess so. It'll be an awesome rivalry between Durham, York. Maybe call it the York-Durham Line Derby. I'd see it. Toronto Italia should come back in the CPL. They used to get 5,000 people to their games. That'd be awesome as well. That's an answer. That's a good one. That's a good one as well. I'd also love to see an Atlantic Canadian team besides Halifax. Newfoundland. I'd love to see Newfoundland get a team. Prince Edward Island. They already did it, so to speak. Plays in. Shot over the bar. Tipped over the bar. Io. Almost scores. 78th minute. But that's a good answer. That's a good answer. Langley will debut in 2023 for CPL. Yep. Ottawa Fury ever come back to play in CPL? The problem with that is they have Atletico Ottawa. So no. Atletico Ottawa replaced Ottawa Fury pretty much. A corner kick for TFC to get a consolation here. Header over the bar by DeAndre Kerr. 78th minute. Fort Langley FC, yes. St. John's, Newfoundland. Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island, Moncton, New Brunswick, yes. Gordie Howe used to play a high-level soccer in Saskatchewan as a teenager. Yes, true. A very early prediction for the teams from CONCACAF that qualify for 2026 in your opinion? So, of course, Canada, USA, Mexico will go because they host. You have 3 teams that also could go in from qualifying and 2 teams that go to the playoff tournament. For me, the teams that go directly from qualifying is Jamaica, El Salvador, and Guatemala. Teams that qualify for the playoff are Suriname and Costa Rica, is my guess. Honduras, I don't know where they'll be in 4 years. I think they'll build up, but it's going to be a group system, kind of like how the first round was. You can't give up many results. I think there's going to be a result that really ruins them. But Jamaica, El Salvador, and Guatemala automatically with the teams that were hosting. And then the playoff teams, Suriname and Costa Rica. Fort Langley FC. Would Ottawa be in Canadian League One? Probably not. It's just not right that TFC is this screwed up. Guatemala, never seen them play. Are they good? Guatemala are getting better. They have a good system. They drew Mexico a week ago. Brenner, set in the 80th minute, plays into Baji. Baji, shot, saved by Bono. Yeah, I agree, but at least it's better than last year. Can't get worse. We're still going up. It's still progress. Io Akinola can't get the touch. He was probably offside anyway. But Guatemala's getting better under Luis Fernando Tena. They're a good team. They're a good team. They're building something. They got a good system. They drew Mexico in a friendly last week. They're good. They're good. They're going to be some in 2026. I have a big feeling. I have a feeling. At least a playoff team, if not. You think Antonio will wait around for the next cycle with Jamaica for the next World Cup? I think they will. NWSL Canadian side in the future? I hope so. What's your news thoughts of the stadium in Nashville? It's a beautiful stadium. I like it. It's honestly better than Nissan. It's a beautiful stadium. Seems a lot more intimate. The atmosphere is great. Looks awesome. Sort of similar to the Crew Stadium. I really like it. I think it's an upgrade on Nissan, of course. I don't think it's as big of an upgrade as new Crew Stadium is to Mapfre or Lower.com Field, but I like it. Well, we're getting Lorenzo. Just hope we can get the supporting cast in July. I hope they do. Central American national teams are always well managed for their talent level, but unlike TFC. This is true. Here's a free kick for TFC, 82nd minute. Of course, the RSR will be recorded in a little bit. Good almighty, let Pumas, God almighty, let Pumas win the CCL, please, amen. Yes. Call the Canadian side Toronto Maples. That's genius. When the Inter Miami Stadium is built, that'll be the best stadium in U.S. Probably, yes. Imagine the likes of Van Dijk and Wijnaldum playing for Suriname instead of Holland. That would have been massive for CONCACAF. I agree, but they didn't choose that because they were good enough for Holland or the Netherlands. If they weren't good enough, that's sort of something. Guatemalan League is doing good too. Their teams did good in last year's CONCACAF League. Comunicaciones was close to being a semifinalist in CCL. Agreed, yes, they were. Peruzza takes a shot past the post, goal kick, 83rd minute. It was a Coca-Cola, not Dr. Pepper. 3 games left in the Croatian League for teams, and last day, Hajduk Split versus Dinamo Zagreb could be explosive. Definitely. That could be a very good game. I agree. Hajduk Split versus Dinamo Zagreb. Be a very good game for sure. Hopefully it ends up being that big. Don't forget Van Dijk's first major tournament in Qatar at the age of 30. Why are they called Geodis Stadium? In my opinion, Geodis are language in French. It's called they paid for the naming rights. So that's why. 83rd minute. What do you think about Trabzonspor winning Turkey's Super League? They did well. Nothing against it. Trabzonspor is a good club. They did a good job. They earned the league. Nothing more than that. Is Carlos Salcedo worth the DP spot from his performances so far this year? Sometimes, yes, but no. I think it's time if he gets bought down in the summer, that's going to make him look a little bit better. People are starting to turn on Salcedo, and he's done some stupid shit. And honestly, defensively, McNaughton is just as good. O'Neal is just as good. We're deep defensively. Of course, they've made mistakes. We actually need outside backs. That probably doesn't help. And when you have three people vocalizing at the back, Bradley, Salcedo, O'Neal, and maybe Mavinga once he's there, it doesn't help. I think it's all a convolution of problems, but Salcedo's had his moments, but he's also done dumb shit. Over the bar. Alex Bono almost screwed that up, but Brenner can't score, thank God. Oh, Maron. Oh, Maron, what are you doing? Ron's worst foul ever was Simic of Croatia wiping out Serbian player going on a breakaway at center field. Absolutely wicked. I can check that. What do Canadians think of Tomori? Judas. Ah, yes. I'll be around 55. I got to get this ish done for this game. It'll be a quicker RSR, definitely. But one word, Canadians think of Tomori, Judas. He's a Judas. And he's a dumbass for letting Southgate cap him. He damn well knew that he's just going to be sitting there, never picked again. It's like, no, I'm going to let England cap me. I'm going to choose England. What a dumbass, Judas. 49ers are playing in Azteca, I saw. 10 minutes less than, yeah. Kind of like Begovic, Judas, except he actually played for Bosnia and Herzegovina. Tomori's a dumbass Judas. 86th minute. Our stupid England manager still hasn't played Tomori in qualifiers. Well, at least you admit that Southgate's a dumbass. Even though he's winning the league with AC Milan. He's a good player. That's why we wanted him. But he chose England, and he should be playing for England. But I think the only reason Southgate did that is he's loyal to Maguire, but he didn't want Canada getting their hands on Tomori because he realized Canada's actually good. And if they do so, get him over the bar. That's better than Vittoria. That's better than Johnston, and that's better than Kennedy, Miller, Henry. Tomori would change things heavily. So Southgate was pretty much just like, nah, I'm not going to let them have this chance to flip him. What do you feel like the next big player coming up from Canada? Who you feel will the next big player? Eustachio, of course. I think he's already there. So the next big player coming up from Canada, Jaquil. I like Jaquil Marshall-Ruddy. I think he's got it. I think Jaquil has it. Richie Laryea is a good player, but I think Jaquil. I really think it's going to be Jaquil Marshall-Ruddy. I really hoped Alfonso could have done his due diligence as they played together. If Lorenzo Insigne is coming any month, what would TFC try to do? Remove the players for a space. Is there anyone who's retired or last their moment? Insigne already had an open DP spot. He has it. Salcedo, they got rid of Josie. That's the spot Insigne took. Salcedo took Soteldo's spot, but they could buy down Salcedo to get somebody like Dineno or somebody else. So Salcedo could be bought down in the summer, which is good. They could get somebody else. Ron, you're the best guy to watch on Canadian soccer. You are real. Thank you. He is. Dybala to Inter, I want to hear your words. That would be a smart move. Not for Juventus, but for Dybala. Juventus is going to have to rebuild, and they should put it around Dybala, but they're not. But Inter would fit really perfectly with Dybala's style. So, yes, definitely. Pumas 2, Seattle 1, 4-3 on aggregate. Yes. You can't change somebody's mind. I bet Tamori wanted England more, which is why it led to that. Thoughts on Richie Larea and his performances recently? I thought Richie's been doing pretty good recently with Forest. He showed his quality. He's playing well. He's getting time. And I'm happy he's finally getting it. Now, here's the problem. If Forest go up to the Premier League, he's got to be stuck on the bench again because Jed Spence will probably stay. So what do we do? What happens then? Does he get loaned to the championship and get freaking railroaded again by somebody else? Or load him back to Toronto for half a season, ball out at the World Cup, and then get sold on? Then get called back and sold on without even playing a game for Nottingham Forest in the Prem. Or play in the Prem and then get sold on in the summer so they could get at least a little bit out of him to prove to other people that he could do more than just 3 games or 4 games or 5 games of the World Cup. It will be interesting. To me, if Forest go up to the Prem, I say loan him back. I thought you said earlier that you hated he left TFC. Plays through. Shot. Save. I did. Because he didn't play. But now that he's playing, depends if Forest stays down or goes up. If they go up, he's not playing unless Jed Spence somehow doesn't stay in the Prem with him and he still leaves. I think he stays and gets bought for a season. But then Richie, 90th minute, 3 minutes of stoppage time. I don't know for me. If Richie could get loaned back to Toronto because they go to the Prem and Jed Spence stays, I'd do it. We need left backs. Crescito and Richie would probably be better. Hell, I don't know if Crescito's committed to the cause after saying, I'm not coming that early. You're doing a good job of distracting me from the game. I'd rather be distracted from the game too, so you're welcome. It's a 2-0 game, but it's over at this point. But for me, I'd rather Richie come back instead of going down to the championship again. We still have his MLS rights. That would be easy to work. I mean, maybe you'd have to trade to the allocation order, but if it's a loan, what's the hardest thing to do? Trade with Charlotte? Well, we'll have to trade freaking somebody. We've done it before. Where's Schaffelberg? I think he got hurt. I was at the Fulham Forest game. Richie looked good. Nice. He definitely did. 92nd minute. But yeah, Jed Spence is probably going to last the season in the EPL before he gets bought for sure by somebody else, whether it's a team like City or he goes to Madrid, or I'd say he stays in England. That's my guess. I'd say Chelsea maybe would go for him, or maybe United. I mean, they really need to do something about Wan-Bissaka. I mean, Wan-Bissaka's a flop. Young English players always get bought, except Declan Rice and Harry Kane. Somehow, no. Why are all these young guys hurt? Too many Timbits. CCL's coming through any minute. Are you going to do 2 RSR? Jed's been linked to Bayern. I would love to see Jed Spence and Alphonso Davies play together. That would be awesome. But I think that's if Forest don't go up. That will be amazing. I like Jed Spence. He is a good player. I mean, Richie's been sitting for reasons. I mean, there was still an injury on the right that he could have played, but he didn't. 93rd minute, so 45. RSR be uploading when I start the second live. Over to bar, that should probably do it. Harry Kane missed the boat 100%. I agree, but he's kind of an Alan Shearer. Like, no disrespect to Kane or Shearer, but they're honestly just scorers, to be honest. Jamaica need to do all they can to get Jed Spence to play for them. Oh, that would be amazing to see that. I mean, he's better than Wan-Bissaka, but it could be another Tamori situation. But the JFF is absolutely crap. And FC Cincinnati have won 2-0. That is full time. FC Cincinnati have beaten Toronto FC. Again, they have gotten all 6 points off TFC this season in this home and home. And moments definitely not been great. But you think he'll play to his mid-30s? Probably. But we have to take, of course, I have to get off of this quick so I can do the review and get this right off the bat. So with that being said, thank you for watching. If you like the stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once you subscribe. Hit that like button. Send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlists and share it with your friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you, well, in about 30 minutes for the CCL final. And then the halftime of that. If you want to watch the RSR for this game, go ahead and do that. All that. But I'm out. Peace. See you later. See you in a few minutes. Yes.